超美味曲奇，工作状态满分。本节目由超好吃的趣多多曲奇独家冠名播出，实力高能进阶 ，offer 轻松到手。感谢惠普星 Book Pro 14锐龙版联合赞助播出。兰蔻谱写你未来线上学习平台，赋能女大学生职业发展。本节目由兰蔻赞助播出。美味持久在线 ，offer 随时开炫。本节目由清爽根本停不下来的炫迈行业赞助播出。offer 令人心动，英诗派伴你逐梦。感谢凭实力智领先行的东风本田英诗派赞助播出。展露优雅真我，职场得心应手。本节目由时刻优雅的浪琴表赞助播出。
第5个课题，香港的模拟法庭。你们的对手将会是来自敬天香港办公室的小伙伴。我们这次的课题是一个团队战，是我们8个人的荣誉之战。
太酷了，朋友们！
团队战，团队战，所有都是一体的。
欢迎大家来到我们香港律师会，
很欢迎各位来参观我们立法会，香港欢迎你。
出战香港的模拟法庭，请各位务必精诚合作，一起做好这一个课题。
欢迎大家来到腾讯视频自制的国内首档律政职场观察类真人秀《令人心动的 offer》第5季。欢迎我们身边熟悉的加油团的老朋友们，欢迎各位。一口美味曲奇，工作状态满分。本节目由超好吃的趣多多曲奇独家冠名播出，实力高能进阶 ，offer 轻松到手。感谢惠普星 Book Pro 14锐龙版联合赞助播出。兰蔻谱写你未来线上学习平台，赋能女大学生职业发展。本节目由兰蔻赞助播出。美味持久在线 ，offer 随时开炫。本节目由清爽根本停不下来的炫迈无糖口香糖行业赞助播出。offer 令人心动，英式派伴你逐梦。感谢凭实力智领先行的东风本田英式派赞助播出。哇，今天好多换了新衣，而且色系高度统一。3位都穿上了这个趣多多色哈，仿佛一款这个巧克力的感觉。
我就是趣多多中间那块巧克力。
这个上一期呢，实习生们前往了中国香港，展开了一场游学之旅，然后也开启了我们课题5香港模拟法庭的对抗跟竞技之路。他们将要迎战的是来自敬天工程香港所的小伙伴们，齐心协力，一致对外。那么接下来问题就出现了，实习生们能否准确提交内容框架？在交换完了内容框架之后，会不会有新的刺激？那么还有哪2个人会代表我们8位实习生们走上模拟法庭，开始庭上对抗？他们的表现又怎么样？接下来这段 VCR 当中全都有。来，我们一起来看。
来吧，来吧。
哇，洛丽，我帅的嘞！哎呀，洛丽腿怎么样了？桌边没看到拐杖，应该是哎，在那儿呢，在那儿。怪我眼拙。
有一種戰火起的感覺。
喂。
香港敬田實習生嗰邊個書面陳詞我哋已經收到啦，請問你哋嗰邊個進度而家係點啊？
哦，粵語非常棒。
哇哦！
請注意一定要喺5點之前提交。
啊，我知道了，好，我知道了。
這個聽起來好有感覺。
戰火重燃。
这个刚刚我们研究过这个被告方的 skeleton， 然后尤其是他们引用的这个 authorities， 还是非常详细的。
他们是有多少啊？
我这么讲吧 ，bundle， 然后刚才传过来的时候传了好久，有500多页。
500多页，500多页。
对，那当然他们是 cite 了将近20个 case，然后还有
差不多。
case 我们可能差不多数量。
好吧，现在还有40分钟时间，希望大家利用好最后的40分钟，好吧？
相信他们，可以的，没问题。
感觉时间有点紧了。
5点之前一定要过去，交换框架。
加油啊，加油啊！
侯明浩，
哎
那我直接把我们 skeleton 的1、2顺序换掉行吗？
好呀，好呀。
把它给换掉。
哎，稍等，先别换，因为最后边那个 gamble 那段我还没弄进去。
那你来换。
我就换。
你来换哈。
我去关心一下我们小朋友。
这次4个代教律师也不能置身事外了。
是啊，
代教律师也跟他们是一起的。
那是。
你俩怎么样？
还在准备，
还有半个小时了，是不是？
对，
是你自己负责的吗？
我和肖阳，然后我们一共分了4部分，然后我们2个人负责1个部分。
黄凯呢？
对，主要是明浩弄的。
还有半个小时哦。
那真的有点着急。
是的，加油。
30了，那个共享文档里所有内容都不要改了，把那个弄下来搞格式了。
胡明浩始终有一种中流砥柱的感觉，安排流程。Kim 是一种技术总监的感觉，负责专业上的把关。
其实现在还有谁的 skeleton 部分是还没好的？
现在那个 skeleton 已经
全好了吧？
那我先改 formatting 吧，然后我们就根据
我正在改 format。
哦，我也在改，你是在？
抄了1页，我来改吧。
好吧，我就觉得可以把我们的论证的部分减少一点。
没事，我先把那些缩进没用的缩进全给
没用的缩进。
缩进真的很占地方。
减少那个字符。哇，改格式。
哦，这个真的
哇，
要花很长时间。
这个要细致。
如果阅读材料里面出现了的案子，但是我们在 skeleton 没有提到的案子，加不加进去？阅读材料里面有，
不加吧？
但是法条的话还是可以加上去。
法条要放在 list of authorities 的最后。
哦，
先放 case， 然后再放 legislature。
27分钟。
哇，救命！我要着火了！
我到 DDL 最后的时间，我就什么都看不进去了，有一种
fire， 着火了。
我的天，还有很多没干。
我觉得我可以。
你可以。
这个还有15分钟，如果没有能够按时递交 skeleton 的话，恐怕大家所有人都会丧失这一轮课题的 KPI。
是这个很关键，
好吧，所以15分钟时间，请大家务必抓紧了。
我觉得他们这些代教律师总给人家什么最后10分钟了，45交给我，就这种时间的压迫感。
这是职业的特殊性，律师这个职业就是没办法，说1不2，严谨是一个必要条件。
为什么不能粘贴？这个，我先把东西贴上去。
脸都红了。
虽然我不想喊你，我们的案子是要有一个那个压缩包，把所有的案子那个。
刚想说这个。
现在搞这个。
我把我都发群里，如果哪个没找到跟我说。
PDF 直接发群里吧。
我感觉把自己那一部分都打个包发到群里，然后我把它全部总结到一起。
也行。
对啊，这样快一些，我可以解压。
好的，哪个压缩包？我所有案子压缩是吗？
不是，现在我们要所有那个案子的判决完整版 PDF。
这个吗？
完整版 PDF，
完整版的 PDF， 就是他们之前发到群里的那个文件。
对，
还没跟你说话。
我有。
没事，别急。
只要能解决问题，他跟谁说话都无所谓。
我每次到这个时候，我手都会抖起来，按键我都觉得。
明浩，第一部分用的9个案子都在群里吗？
I don't know， 我在调格式。
你确定有9个案子吗？
抓紧先把邮件发了啊。
好。
就10分钟了。
总觉得好像还挺多没确认好哎，绝对不能压着那个踩着那个点儿。
是的，
至少要留5分钟空出来。
对，
就55一定要发。
是你万一这个就是断个网，或者说那个发的那个软件有什么问题咋办？
格式调好了，
格式调好了。哦，帅！几点了？
我们这边 case 列好。
好，等一下，我们的我已经搞完了。
雅琪，我们那部分的文件在，我直接发群里了。
好好，
马上刷新就好。
谢谢。
加油加油！
打包，我觉得他们手都在抖，我的手已经在出汗了。
是的，哇
，53了。
哇，张雅琪的手好快。
你那已经搞完了吗
？skeleton 搞定了。
skeleton 你把它变成 PDF 发到群里吧。
最后交有交 PDF 吗？那我同时也整一个 PDF， 先不发群，等发了邮件我再发群，来不及了。
王毅，你没把 Organized and Serious Crimes Ordinance 放进去吗？哪个？你没把这个放进去吗？这不是我搞的，我直接用了 case 啊，不可以用 case。那你给他发一下这个吧。
最后5分钟，
哇，还要改内容。
没加法条，
只需要1位寄 skeleton 和 authorities 给我就可以了。
OK。
你用来证那个 knowing receipt 的。
就先这样吧，就先这样吧。
但是我们现在 skeleton 最终档是在胡明浩手上吗？
干啥？
就加一个东西，他没把法条加进去，他用案例加进去，但没把法条加进去。
把那个法条发给我，我会。
哇，他要先用改 Word， 然后用 Word 再换格式到 PDF，
而且 Word 加了东西之后，格式要重新调。
我看他们很搞笑，为什么都要拖到最后1分钟？
哎呀，我都替他们喘不动气，
这更紧张了。
我邮件写好了，现在就等发了。
这是怎么导出啊？你就复制粘贴吗？复制粘贴格式不对。
分享
不对。问一下，
我们现在只差这个了吧？是这样。
胡明浩，这个咋导出啊？
List of authorities 已经做好
，PDF 下载到本地。
哎呦天哪！最害怕这个转。
哎呦，你快点转吧！哎呦！
转。
58。
不是，它应该是下载。
这么慢，你们那边也导一下，那是我导，快！
啊，
好像导出了，好像
还有1分钟，
极限最后1分钟。
果然被你说中了！
无法访问外网。
看到那一页真是要崩溃。
无法访问网站外。
发了。
哇！
哎呦，
谁在发？
谁在发？
胡明浩发了吗？
发了。
胡明浩是对的，不管怎样先发。
我们连那个原告是谁、被告是谁都没有改。
我们没有他的名字，不用改。
最后时刻他没有参与任何人的这个，他加进去了，厉害。然后导成了 PDF， 厉害。再重新打包，稳。哥们儿就一个字稳。
力挽狂澜。
发送，时间59。发了。
胡明浩发了吗？
发了。
太极限了。最后1分钟。哎呀。
吓死我了！
厉害！
嘴唇都紫了，
看得都喘不动气。
什么叫隔岸观火呀？这是。
先给你们鼓个掌，先给你们鼓，最后1分钟发出，厉害厉害，
厉害厉害。
发了吗？
发了。
传输完了吗？
邮件发过去了。
重点是我们今天中午还觉得有很多时间
哦，到最后还觉得都已经搞完了
啊！对，
我是为他们捏把汗。
我也是，我在里面看到外面好热闹啊。
搞得。
收到了吗？
没有，那个文件比较大，所以说的话还在等。
按出它就没问题了，它
对。
所以送达应该看发件还是看收件？
发件。
我还没收到。
我们有证人，陈律是我们的证人。
要打一场了，
好吧，最后我的手机上面显示的是5点钟，恰好收到各位的 skeleton。
59发的，5点整收到的。
但是，那之后的话呢，我们会分别请2组进入1号会议室，然后呢会提供被告方他们所递交的 skeleton， 然后的话呢进行5分钟的这个驳斥
交换框架。
在24号下午就会有一个小模拟，在收到了对方的 skeleton 之后的话，我们会计时的分别提供给组合的这2组队员即场做一个口头的回应。那么这5分钟的时间的话呢，每组里面的2位成员大家可以自由的分配。
哇，没有休息。
那最后的话呢，我们4位代教律师会根据每一位模拟驳斥的表现，选出最后2位代表我们所有8位实习生出庭参赛的选手，好吧？好呀，那2组同学准备好的就可以过来2号会议室了，好吧？谢谢。
我们俩先去。
我都行。
你走。
那2位，现在这个是被告方他们所递交的 skeleton， 2位有5分钟的时间进行一个驳斥回应。
哇，完全临场来。
他们上庭以后是要脱稿还是读稿？
可以读的，其实没有必要完全脱。只要说清楚了他们的观点就可以。
那第一点不行。好，第一点。
可以的话，那我们现在就开始了，好吧？好，现在请开始。
So for the first reading of this skeleton argument for the defendant, which is the plaintiff's claim is tainted with illegality. We disagree that the process obtained from the process
这是没有稿子的，这纯即兴，现场反驳，而且还要换成英语。
The process obtained by the defendant is from illegality act of gambling. We define the act as a fraud. This is because, according to gambling ordinance, that a gambling is actually defined as winning in money or other property, whether or not any person playing game is at risk of losing any money or other property. Which means in the gambling game, you have the opportunity to win and also have the opportunity to lose. But in our case, whatever our plaintiff put any money in his account, she will win. So the whole website is actually designed for a fraud because it's actually to be a fake gambling website. So the proprietary claim against the defendant is groundless. So this is my part.
I will take it from her hand. We will argue that the defense of the change of position does not stand. Because first of all, the defendant acted in bad faith. The defendant was made aware or had reasonable ground to believe the mistaken transfer is subject to a claim of restitution.
帅啊，小燕。
音枪。
In addition, the change of position on the part of the defendant was unlawful. Upon the receipt of the money, the defendant made a transfer to her husband in a way that violated the PRC law, and with the actual or constructed knowledge that the money represents the proceeds of crime. To be more specific, the defense change of position was unlawful in two ways. It first violated Section 25 of the Organized and Serious Crime Ordinance, and the transfer per se violates the relevant PRC law with regard to the foreign exchange regulation. The Pat case was distinguishable from the present case in that in Pat, the parties both knew that they were engaged in illegal activities, while in our case, the plaintiff does not know she was gambling. She sincerely believed she was making a profitable investment. In addition, the fine of 500,000 under dispute.
Sorry， 谢谢。好呀，那请两位同学的话可以先回工位，然后我们会请另外一组的同学开始模拟回运。
哇，好难啊！5分钟，
高压即兴英文，
还没说完呢，后面都加速了。
没有好几点没说。
啊？
我说我要好几点还没说。
下一组。
不过其实肖阳挺流利的。
肖阳不错，很稳。
平复一下心情。
佛系。
但是我觉得你现在口条很顺，口条很顺，
真的吗？
真的，来自队友的认可。
我卡了不少地方，其实。
但也有可能是不是你讲伦敦腔我听出来，我感觉特别好听，我就在旁边在想还有没有其他的 defense， 然后享受你的音腔。
他们俩的空间距离用这种纯气声，真的听得到对方在说什么吗？
可以啊。
你看，我们也可以听到，
是吗？
是的。
我们两个好有病啊！
就我们也能听到。
你说的好。可不可以问一下，就是香港的 court 里是说 Your Honor 还是 Your Excellency？Your
Lord or Your Ladyship.
Okay. Your Lordship or Your Ladyship.
Yeah. My Lord. Yeah. Your Lordship.
你说这边。
好呀，现在有被告的 skeleton。然后现在二位的话呢，然后开始你们的模拟的回应。
好。
这个真的，一到了临场实战使用英语，我觉得 Kim 的优势一下子真的就会放大出来。这个流畅度啊，还有反应速度就不在一个 level 上，
就跟我们说中文一样。
他这个如鱼得水啊！来了。
May it please the court, my lord. The plaintiff has the following reply to the defense closing submission. May I refer, my lord, to the defendant's closing submission at paragraph 9. The defendant argues that the plaintiff's alleged participation in the online investment scheme is contrary to Section 8 and Section 10 of the Gambling Ordinance Cap 148 of the Hong Kong SAR. However, in the present case, the defendant has failed to provide any supporting facts on this alleged crime. While Section 10 is related to selling lottery tickets, the plaintiff doesn't see anything in this case that supports the allegation of selling lottery tickets on part of the plaintiff. It is the plaintiff's submission that the online investment scheme does not constitute gambling. In our case, the website is not a real gambling website. The fraudsters could control the process.
他找的点跟网易言语的点一模一样，这两段的语言英语的文本是很好的一个参照分析的样本。
引导法官观看，这个超级重要的。
这就是经验啊，这细节。
Your ladyship and your lordship, 2 more points for rebuttal. The second point is about, as contrary to defendant's allegation in its skeleton, paragraph 12.1. It is indeed that before there was a bargain of exchange of $500,000 and a watch, but this transaction has ended at the time that the watch was delivered to the defendant. And the mistaken transfer of the $500,000 more is another transaction. Therefore, lacking a purchase for value, there is no basis for defendant to claim a defense called bona fide purchaser.
他眼神跟对面一直有交流，
还真是，他几乎是半脱稿的那种状态。
是的。
The last point is, as contrary to defendant's allegation, is paragraph 18. In the case that defendant raised, the plaintiff sought to recover the money because it can erase the negative effect that brought by the violation. But in our present case, the defendant only wants to keep his money, but the money is the crime result of the violation of foreign exchange law. Therefore, in the present case, even if this tribunal is to support the defendant's argument, the result is unlike the case that is cited by the defendant because it cannot erase the negative effect that was brought by the violation of the foreign exchange law. May it please the court.
Unless we can assist the court further, these are the plaintiff's submissions.
Thank you.
哇！哎呀，这配合此起又彼伏啊，
互相补位那种感觉。
他们离那种律政高燃瞬间只差2顶假发了，我感觉其他全部到位了。
好呀，那谢谢2位同学。那我们4位代表律师，我们会有一个内部评议，然后稍后的话，我们再会做出我们的决定。
而且你们都站起来了，我觉得这样，我们都是坐着的。
我也想坐着，但是 Kim 站起来，我就站起来。
我不敢坐。
我们坐的心安理得。
但是我说的好慢，好慢。
没事就。
我没说完，他就
好。
对啊，我是看见刘律。
不是，他说的这是3分钟的意思，不是你 OK 了的意思。
我也以为是 OK。
我还以为他说 OK 不用说了。我还差2句就说完，然后我就不敢说了，我就马上坐下来，然后
他可能说的很好 ，OK 说的
OK 了，不用说了，然后我就马上坐下来，我话都没敢说。
啊。
哎，符号的重要性，我天，手势统一一下。
哎，请我们所有同学，然后到下2号会议室。
要宣布结果了，估计是。
等我，玉彤，等我。好紧张，我觉得我说的不好。
我帮你预演了，绝对有你。
但是我觉得我说的点好像错了。
你别错了，我帮你预演了。
啊。
看刘律师一脸得意的。
好呀，非常感谢。然后刚才4位勇士的模拟回应，其实在这么短的时间里面，然后呢，我相信每一位都做出了非常精彩的这样子的一个表现。在我们4位带教律师，然后集体商议之后的话呢，然后综合考虑到模拟法庭上面的整个的一个礼仪表述，然后还有整个逻辑架构等呢，那最终呢，我们还是决定
Kim 胡明浩。
那最终呢，我们还是决定，然后是由胡明浩和 Kimberly 呢代表我们这一次的8位实习生出战香港的模拟法庭。
被我猜中了。
名副其实，名副其实。
我个人感觉，在法庭礼仪上，那可能因为 Kimberly 更加有这方面的经验，但是胡明浩一进来之后的话，他是直接先问了，那是不是沿用香港的这个称呼法官的这个，因为会，那所以说他们其实是比较注意的。
May it please the court, my lord. The plaintiff has the following reply to the defense closing submission.
Your ladyship and your lordship, 2 more points for rebuttal.
然后的话呢，在整个的这个论述的清晰的程度上面而言的话呢，我觉得第2组也会比第1组然后更加的清晰。那么包括他们也会去看到是说，哎，那在被告的他的陈词里面，然后第几段它是一个什么 point。
他会指示你去看哪一段，
是的，
去看哪一条哪个案子，然后我们怎么去分析这个案子。
包括其实到最后为什么这个案子然后是不适用，然后认为对方他这个引述或者理解哪点错了，其实他们都会是有一个更加清晰针对性的回应。
实至名归啊！
看我们家明浩又露出他的虎牙了。
然后呢，在这里呢也要提示。这一次课题它的 KPI 是非常丰厚的，而这一个 KPI 只有当我们整个的团队获胜的时候才能够获得，而且是每一位成员都能获得。但是，一旦我们模拟法庭未能战胜敬天香港办公室的小伙伴的话，那我们所有实习生没有任何人能够得到本课题的 KPI。希望我们所有的实习生都必须共同努力，然后一起圆满完成本次的课题。
哎呦，帅！这么帅吗？天哪！哎呦哇！哎呦哇！哇！
啊，好
帅到我了！哎呀！
哇！
我起鸡皮疙瘩。哇！最后这一幕，
好帅！
无数的儿时、童年、少年、青年那些香港律政剧，还有很多英美律政剧的很多瞬间都出来了。
我是香港律政剧的忠粉，我是这样的，我买那个 DVD， 我是看一套存一套，因为我有情节怕那个存的会有魔，
对，
所以1号皇庭我是就是播一套然后存一套的，
就相当于只做档案留存，
档案留存一样的 DVD 版的。
纯叶，从你的青少年时期到现在，你的所有的储备，我认为都是为这个节目而储备的。
这个，哇塞，我感觉整个人生得到了一种升华。但是我是真的很喜欢律师，
而且我感觉就是无论说你自学那个法律，还是看那个律政剧，我就感觉可能你在这个节目比你在所有节目你个人的热情都更多。
对，你看我多么的
兴趣，
真的，
我感受到了啊，
火焰，
真的
，fire， 他给了我一个咬唇的动作 ，fire。
啊，对不起，表情稍微控制。
不是，那小时候最吸引的一个点在哪儿呢？是为什么？
我跟你说，就一个词
啊。
就是我特别喜欢听他们在质辩的那个过程当中，他会说一个 objection。
哦，
你懂吗？
我反对。
你懂吗？我反对之后，你就知道这个人站起来之后，一定会有一段大段的精彩的辩护的词。就每次到这个词的时候，我就开始 object。
哦，太深度了，
像一个开关一样。
我就觉得这个词就是点燃了我里面的这个细胞。对。
哦，甜甜呢？平时之前看吗？
我印象最深的就是那顶白头套，还有那个袍子。
啊，律师袍。
那个白头套一般是只有所谓的大律师他才可以去戴这个头套。
啊？不是每个剧的都要戴。
就是香港那边的律师，他可能分成2类，一类叫做大律师，一类叫做事务律师。就是事务律师和大律师，他这个分类是基于这个专业分的。就是事务律师，他主要负责的一些案件的话，可能包括一些非诉的，然后事务性的，然后也接一些诉讼的案子，但更多的诉讼的案子都是由大律师去做的。所以很多时候去出庭的往往是大律师才可以去出庭。
哦，大律师是不是不能自己接案子？
对的，必须要由律师事务所转接
给他。
对，很到位。
所以我发现文艺作品在一代人心中的这种职业形象建构上作用这么强大。具象一点到律师这个职业身上的那种光环，跟我们童年的时候在电视荧幕上看到这些形象高度绑定，甚至1-2个形式细节就足以改变一代人的职业认知了。
是，
所以我在想，那我们是不是也在做这件事？就当我们直接的呈现现在粤港澳大湾区的这种法律的工作行业现状的时候，是不是年轻一代在看这个节目的时候，等到20多年，他们也要回忆说啊，我觉得在中国做律师这是什么一种感觉的时候，也能想到屏幕上这些小朋友们的倩影。哦，这还是一件蛮奇妙的事情。
是的。
就刚才还有一个瞬间让人印象也很深刻，就那个 deadline 到来之前。
发了。
国民号发了吗？
发了。
太吉祥。
保持情绪稳定也是个
很重要的课题。
对啊，是个能力。我觉得小明哥情绪一直都很稳定，那种泰山压顶崩于前面不变色。
那是因为我反应慢半拍。
什么呀？
反应慢，对，铁憨憨。
真的吗？
对、
你有没有保持什么情绪稳定的小秘籍？
年轻的时候也没那么稳定。我其实有时候挺后悔的，就我年轻的时候把最不耐烦的、最暴躁的情绪，往往留给了我最亲的人，比如说爸妈。后来爸爸教了我一句话，当我后来碰到很多挫折和问题的时候，我突然发现爸爸说的是对的。爸爸说，你做任何事情或者想要接别人的话，要做决定的时候，你可以先想3秒，然后想想看这话要不要说。等你这3秒过去，
跟我爸我妈一模一样。
对，也许你就会觉得这句话不必要说了，因为可能这个话题就过了，也可能别人恰好就已经驳斥了你的观点了，也可能就是当这3秒的过程中，你飞速想了很多，你突然发现这些话是不能说出来的，说出来可能会让自己后悔。然后我真的因为碰到一些问题了之后，我就会仔细思考爸妈说这个话，然后我就去做，发现是很管用的。就是反倒别人会觉得你很沉稳而且也确确实实你做出来的决定会比以往冲动的时候做出决定更加准确率高一些。对。
我觉得刚才小明哥讲这么多，就让我回想到就是我自己的一些成长感悟。就是我遇到一些人，我觉得他的情绪很稳定，然后处理问题的时候就是不骄不躁，可以慢慢的好好的跟你说。就是我在生活中、工作中遇到这样的人的时候，我慢慢的就发现我喜欢和这样的人相处，然后我自己也想变成我喜欢的他们的那样的性格，所以慢慢的我就喜欢去模仿，我就会发现真的在我自己身上就多了一些我曾经喜欢的人的那种状态。
人格范本。
就是能够去选择和明白自己更喜欢和什么样的朋友，无论是同性、异性在一起。工作可能也许是谈恋爱，各个方面你会觉得你跟这样的人在一起你会感到舒服。 OK， 那我自己也向往我能够有他们身上的这种性格特征。
其实我觉得情绪稳定是一个人是否成熟一个很重要的衡量的标志。
是的，
对，你往往看到一个人情绪稳定的时候，他一定是在情感的成熟度上比较高的人。所以就是我特别能理解，同样是女生就特别喜欢情绪稳定的人，因为情绪稳定代表着他的成熟度是一定程度的。
赞同。
对，所以这点是很重要啊。
你看我最爱的胡明昊，在这么紧张的情况下，依然表现的情绪非常稳定。
而承担责任。
对，
他也很年轻，对不对？才那么年轻，所以他其实是越长大他越不得了。 就他这个人是未来是前途是可期的，真的。
没错，而且稳定也意味着内在有一个很坚实的内核。像其实鹏鹏，我完全赞同刚才大家说为什么他其实有一个很坚实的内核，大家很喜欢开你玩笑，对不对？这是为什么？因为大家知道你的那个内核稳定，然后持续发光的东西，
不会炸。
没有，所以大家会跟你开玩笑，因为大家知道你的情绪不会被外界的这些等等的所牵引和波动，所以你的那种稳定性让大家觉得踏实和安心，所以快速拉近距离，
只要大家关系好。
对。
哎，又夸起来，这次耳朵不红了，被我们夸习惯了，他有一点适应了。
完了，阈值提高了，看来我们以后力度要更足一点。OK， 刚才小明哥也提到了胡明昊表现得非常稳定，但事实上在这种办公室里模拟的稳定，跟正式走上法庭之后真刀真枪交锋的时的稳定，不知道有没有距离。我们也很期待他在正式遇到挑战的时候会怎样的表现。来，一起来看下一段 VCR。
各位实习生，那今天晚上的模拟法庭对大家来说会不会是一个大挑战呀？
压力还是挺大的，毕竟是团队作战，不能给大家拖后腿。
啊，这么说，我觉得就要给大家介绍一个轻松有趣的释放压力的方法。不如来块趣多多，酥脆美味，工作不累。
那让我们大家一起打开面前的趣多多曲奇盒。
哎，有封信。热血少年，未来可期，很高兴可以见证你的成长，相信未来的你会更加坚定、更加自信地迎接每一个考验。
看着你不断挑战自我，突破自我壁垒，希望继续回到主场，你可以和大家一起战胜对手。
哇，趣多多真的暖到我嘞！马上就要停电实战了，大家加油！
好啊。
这次停电压力真是太大了，还好我有趣多多曲奇，满满巧克力味豆，带来好心情，一口下去超满足。
是啊，它酥酥脆脆超解压，吃完能量满满的，准备迎接挑战。
趣多多不愧是一路陪伴大家走来的老朋友了，除了刚才2位实习生的寄语以外，还给我们所有人送来了一份鼓励。要不接下来就请陈律给我们大家一起读一下。
嗨，这里是趣多多，很高兴能陪伴大家参与这段 offer 之旅。在职场中，挑战与压力不可避免，可以随时来点趣多多。超好吃的趣多多美味曲奇会一直陪伴和温暖治愈大家，期待接下来大家的精彩表现哦。
那谢谢逗趣充能官给大家的鼓励，接下来就让我们来享受这一顿美味的曲奇下午餐。最后10分钟。
那大家一起把材料分一下，这个给我把它放一起。
对。
然后第2个是 Holly， 第3个是 Tinsley。
凯哥，这个好了的，完全好了，交给你啊。
哇，这么多东西，
就很真实。很多律师就是出去出差都是带个行李箱，里面都是卷宗、案件材料。
2份了已经，再来1份。
要打案例的话，有很多的案例准备。
对的。
行，3份一样了。
那就刚好。
你写的是稿子还是论点？
我写的是 full script， 如果时间充足一点的话，我也写成论点，然后多读几遍。
那进去有时间，我可能要写一下关于 policy， 我没准备这个。
那我们准备好了就出发吧。
粉岭裁判法院建于1960年，是新界第1所裁判法院，在2010年被列为3级历史建筑。
法庭最公平公正嘅地方，對唔住，公義一樣坐喺度。
粉嶺裁判法院同時也是許多優秀影視作品的取景。
唯一值得我哋咁樣做嘅，就係希望個世界係公道啲。
这个是这个地方啊。
哦，毒舌律师。
这是香港最火的一部律政电影。
太帅了，我看不得这个画面。
太帅，我也觉得这太帅了。
我觉得一个律师一定是要灵活、可靠，要与时俱进的学习。
我希望用我的法学知识和创新的想法为人民服务。
我希望变成一个更加靠谱的律师。
来了。好酷啊！加油！
太帅了，
那个发丝都亮着光。Kim 好搭这身衣服。哦，来了，看看对面怎么样？
一看就学习好。
甜甜老师讲讲学习好的外形有哪几个特质？
眼神坚定，底气足。
我的天哪，
好有威慑力哦！
代表被告方的律师Sunny Young、Henry Lee 分别是香港办公室的见习律师以及实习生。
哦，他已经是见习律师了，就是他的级别比实习生再高一点点。
好紧张。
Cut！ 哇！我的。出场我挨住了呀！好帅啊！中间这位一看就非常有姿势，在路上看到他都觉得他是法官，不知道为什么。
黄介儿大律师是前检控官及政府首席律师。王黎大律师是我的大师兄，是香港大学最早期从内地招收的法律学生。
哎，两边的经历都有。
侯百生律师、宋辩律师，在香港总共才90多位，侯律师就是其中一位。
我都紧张了，你才开始紧张，我已经。
We heard witnesses of all parties giving their evidence. Now we come to the stage of final submissions. According to the agreed procedure, counsel for the plaintiff will make their submissions first, followed by counsel for the defendant. Mr. Chu, please.
好帅呀，好帅。
May it please the court, my lord. I'm making the closing submission on behalf of the plaintiff. The plaintiff is making a proprietary claim and a restitution claim against the defendant on the basis of constructive trust and unjust enrichment. I'll make submissions on the claim of constructive trust, while my learned friend, Mr. Hu, will address the court on unjust enrichment. Would your lordship like a copy of the bundle?
Yes.
天哪！
哇哦！
要递上去。
一个 copy， 恨不得拿个箱子。
这法官要看的量好大呀。
他会指引法官第几份第几条，我觉得后面马上会。
对的，他们到时候会翻过去。
All right, Ms. Chu.
I shall make a brief summary of the relevant facts in this case. This is a case about a romance scam where the plaintiff was deceived by the fraudster and transferred a total of 1.5 million Hong Kong dollars, representing her investment capital of $1 million Hong Kong dollars and capital gain tax of $500,000 to the fraudster's perpetrated bank account by 2 transactions. By mistake, the sum was transferred from the fraudster's bank account to the defendant's bank account. The defendant didn't refund the sum to the plaintiff, but further converted the sum into renminbi and paid the same to her husband through a friend.
杀猪盘，
这个翻译
学名杀猪盘，
精准极了。
I shall begin my submission on constructive trust. May I refer your lordship to paragraph 6 of the plaintiff's skeleton submission?
Yes.
In Bank, Giron Central, and Council, Appeal Case 669 of 1996, it was held that where property is obtained by fraud, equity imposes a constructive risk on the fraudulent recipient that the property is recoverable and traceable in equity.
Kimberly 他第一个出来嘛，他讲的还是很有气度，他的这个陈词的无论是清晰程度也好，口头表达的速度也好，以及他的仪态也好，都还是不错的。
好帅啊，在这一刻。
In the present case, the defendant was a knowing recipient. The requirements of knowing recipients are set out in Azure and Proprietary Company.
Ms. Chu. Ms. Chu. Ms. Chu, before you proceed, I see that you have paragraph 6 talking about constructive trust. You have paragraph 7 talking about knowing receipt. Now, I just want to make sure what exactly is your course of action.
哎，法官会第一轮就会打断问问题吗？
对他想要确认清楚你们的诉求到底是什么，这个是很关键，是一切的基础。
哦。
有一点点打乱了他的预期节奏。
It seems that constructive trust as a result of a fraud is a little bit different from a knowing receipt.
传小纸条，
小纸条，
看这儿，看这儿。
There are two causes of action in this case. The first one is knowing receipt. We are trying to make the defendant a constructive trustee by her knowing receipt. The second cause of action is unjust enrichment, and I learned from Mr. Hu will address the court on this issue.
So what I'm asking is that, well, if your cause of action is knowing receipt, what is the relevance of paragraph 6 talking about a different course of action?
哦，对他第一个诉因应该是推定信托，
对，第二个是不当得利，这两个方向其实跟之前
对，但是他又提到了一个新的概念，叫做知情收受，所以法官就在问到底是以哪个为诉因。
My lord, the logic of the plaintiff's flow is that first, we'll establish a constructive trust as between the plaintiff and the fraudsters. The defendant, as a third party, assumes liability as a knowing receipt, and she makes herself a constructive trustee to this trust by knowing receipt. The relevant fact is that the sum was transferred from a fraudster's account to the defendant's account in breach of constructive trust by mistake.
Yeah, I don't see knowing receipt here.
我天！
现在的判例都是论证推定信托这一诉因，这点显然也是被告的痛处。但是他现在想用知情收受来引出推定信托，而没有正面回答法官的问题，这点是不对的。
Ms. Chu, my question is very simple. That a knowing receipt is not a cause of action that you pleaded. If you have the question number 1 is it a pleaded case? Number 2, if it is not a pleaded case, can you argue that now?
Our proprietary claim is based on knowing receipt.
天哪，对方律师还没出手呢。
On the knowing receipt, you may wish to refer to paragraph 8 of the skeleton submission, because you said, in any case, the plaintiff can assert a proprietary claim against the defendant. This is the conclusion.
Yes, your lordship is correct.
Okay, my learned judge is asking you, to explain or to try to explain why you have first the argument based on a constructive trust, and then second, the defendant has a knowing receipt, and the relationship between the two arguments.
这个问题跨不过去。
Our proprietary claim is based on first the constructive trust.
So my question is, knowing the receipt part of your pleaded case, can you argue that now?
这你就是你的师兄是吧？
12分钟，他自己的这第一个点还没有讲完。
Yeah, as I said, if you do not have a ready answer, you can leave that to the reply. Please
My lord.
proceed. Yeah.
The plaintiff has decided to not to proceed on the claim of no receipt.
哦，
他直接放弃了，
退了。
哇，这个好大胆的一个决定啊！
对，以退为进是吧？壮士断腕。
Okay. Okay. Yeah, if that's your position, then please proceed. 有时候呢，有些我们的问题呢是比较尖锐，有些问题实在是答不了呢，的确是可以放弃一些阵地。
蒋辩这个年纪，坐在这扛着3位，也是有点力不从心，也能理解。
加油，调整心态，很棒啊 ！team 稳住情绪。
May I continue my submission?
Please.
漂亮，当断则断。
In this action, the plaintiff's claim is only against the defendant. Should the defendant intend to make any further claims based on the transfer of funds to other external parties, the defendant should have filed Order 16 rule on notice before the defense is filed. I'll move on my submission on the point that the defendant wasn't a bona fide purchaser for value. The relevant authority is Hong Kong Limited and Hong Kong Limited, HECF R306 of 2021. First, there was no purchase for value. The defendant didn't provide any value for the transfer of the sum. There was no valid contract between the fraudsters and the defendant. The defendant is acting in bad faith with notice. In the present case, we submit that the defendant has actual notice the existing proprietary rights. It was held by the court in that case that where the recipient
I believe
appreciates...
you understand you have 30 seconds left.
哎呦，哇哦！
还一共就半个小时，他们这一组可以说他还是有点紧张了。
As the defendant has actual notice of the plaintiff's proprietary rights in relation to the sum, the plaintiff concludes that the defendant's attempted invocation of the bona fide purchaser defense therefore must fail. The 1 million Hong Kong dollars was not the subject matter of the present action. The plaintiff is claiming the sum of $500,000 only.
激起了他的战斗欲，我发现。
对，
我要拼了。
My lord, these are the plaintiff's submissions on the claim of proprietary claim. May I now defer to my learned friend Mr. Hu to continue his case for the plaintiff?
Yes, please.
话他总共20分钟，他现在需要砍到13分钟。
胡明浩要减7分钟的词。
现在留给胡明浩的陈述时间有限，而且朱绰营对于 constructive trust 的论述不够完善，原告方主打的论点就谨慎不当得利。
Good evening, Your Lordship. According to the Shanghai Science and Technology Industrial Cooperation Limited versus case at sections 67. On unjust enrichment, there are 4 questions to be answered. The first is, was the defendant enriched? The second is, was the enrichment at the plaintiff's expense? The third is, was the enrichment unjust? And the fourth is, are there any defenses applicable? We will address these 4 questions respectively.
他有经验，没事。
Beginning with the first question, we submit that the defendant was enriched. Enrichment requires the obtaining of a benefit. Here, according to paragraph 19, subparagraph 8 of the mooting brief, the defendant has obtained of a sum.
Before you go on, I understand that, but what I'm reading is that the defendant actually accepts that the defendant has been unjustly enriched. What is the point of talking about this again?
Yes, Your Lordship. In case that unjustly enriched is already a stipulation, we will move on to prove that their defense of change of position cannot be sustained.
Yes, perhaps focus on that.
Yes, thank you, Your Lordship. the change of position defense is not available to someone who has changed his position in bad faith or if the change of position was unlawful. We will address the bad faith issue and the illegality issue separately. Beginning with the bad faith issue, as the plaintiff has illustrated in section 15.2 of the skeleton. When one knows enough to have reasonable grounds for suspecting the money paid to him is subject to a claim of restitution by a third party, it would be sufficient to disqualify that defendant from the defense of change of position.
胡同学在气势上没有输，在这个陈词的表现的方式，包括节奏，都还是可以的。
明浩很清晰思路
And in the present case, our defendant is aware that he transferred the money to Chen Hong, but then received the money from a different account, Chen Man. She was also aware that Chen Man was a fraud, and the total amount of fraud money has reached 2 million. In that case, the defendant was well aware that she was not the only defendant. Combine this fact with the other fact, the account that she received money from was actually different from the account that she transferred the money into. Our defendant has a reasonable ground to suspect that the fraudster has mistakenly transferred the money of other victims into the pocket of herself. Therefore, we submit that the defendant, because with the state of mind of bad faith, cannot rely on the defense of change of position. Turning to the last point, according to the PRC foreign exchange regulation, it is illegal for defendant to transfer her money into mainland without going through a qualified financial institution. And in the present case, because the defendant transferred the money to the mainland via a unauthorized institution, according to the Bank versus Pan, when the change of position itself directly violates the law, the change of position will be denied for illegality.
Time's up.
Thank you, Mr. Hu.
我就在想，我要是他妈妈，我得多骄傲。
这个带入的视角也是有点清奇，也是很奇怪。
我在想我儿子这样子是什么样子。
你会哦，天哪！
是。
Now we come to the counsel for the defendants to make their submissions, please.
May it please the tribunal. My name is Henry Lee, and I'm counsel for the defendant along with Sonny Young, who will also be appearing for the defendant. My lords, the defendant asks the tribunal to dismiss the plaintiff's respective claims for the following reasons. It is my respectful submission that the plaintiff's respective claims of propriety claim and restitution are tainted with illegality. And the starting point of both claims lies upon the subject matter in question, and that is the alleged $500,000. I wish to draw your lordship's attention particularly to the source of the disputed sum, and it is rather apparent that the disputed sum served as payment of a capital gain tax resulting from the plaintiff's participation in a so-called investment scheme with a man who she later realized was actually a fraudster. But in short, the so-called investment scheme will fall under lotteries. So I wish to draw your lordship's attention particularly to Lord Tolson's formulation here as regard to the relevance of illegality to a. And Lord Tolson actually sets out three different considerations which he and the first being underlying purpose of the prohibition and whether it will be enhanced by the denial of the claim. And here, in this case, the underlying purpose for prohibiting illegal gambling is obviously the deterrence for criminal activities and often associated with illegal gambling. And as to the second consideration as to whether there are any countervailing public policies, the only countervailing policy here is that denying the claims would deprive true victims of fraud from recouping their property.
香港政府总比中国来更好一点，无论是松弛感也好，还是打不死的角度。
However, if the court were to allow these such claims, it would defeat other important public policies.
Mr. Lee, I think I can understand your submission if this is genuine gambling website.
Yes, my lord.
But according to the plaintiff, they say the website was created to defraud the plaintiff. It was not a genuine gambling site because there was actually no chance for the plaintiff. How are you going to answer that?
好问题，这正是 Kim 他们之前准备的时候的一个。
那个650万，你们是算了他从100万的资金投资涨到了600万吗？
在系统里那个显示他投的100万涨到了600万，
但那个系统是一个欺诈的，就是他设计了一个圈套而已。
黄凯，真细节。
The online investment scheme does not constitute gambling. In our case, the website is not a real gambling website. The fraudsters could control the process.
The defendants will submit accordingly that this was not a simple case of defrauding the plaintiff. The plaintiff was not simply being defrauded. That the interface of the website is not one which is conventional to a normal-looking investment website. As an investor, awareness or duty to at least make inquiries as to whether the website is a true investment website or is it just. And so we will accordingly submit that it was the plaintiff who continued, despite seeing this abnormality, to continue in this investment scheme, seeing that she has the potential to win a lot of money through the scheme. Investment website, and it was hence the plaintiff who chose to continue in participating in the scheme without making relevant inquiries.
Go into the details that your skeleton is particularly brief on that. You say it's a breach of Section 8 and Section 10.
That's right, yes.
Why is it a breach of Section 8 and Section 10 of the Gambling Ordinance?
My lord, that would depend on whether the so-called alleged investment scheme falls under gaming, and if it is found to be gaming,
Why is that a gaming?
漂亮，痛点。
I just asked you to tell us why Section 8 is satisfied in our case.
投资也好，诈骗也好，它都不是赌博呀。
In this case, betting would involve the betting in participation in the game and investing money into a game as defined. In that case, Section 10 would be the relevant section. As we contend, the scheme falls under.
So do you still pursue Section 8? I'm trying to follow your argument. You say it's Section 8 bites, and Section 8 requires any person who bets with a bookmaker, and you refer to game or gaming is not in the definition of Section 8.
Yes, I agree with my lord that gaming does not seem to appear in Section 8, which.
So you are now moving on to Section 10.
Well, we would rely on Section 10 instead.
What about Section 8?
你还要不要？
我们跳到10，那你的8怎么办
？15 minutes。
他的那个陈词和这个事实的差距有一点点远。我如果是在他的那个位置上，我见到这样的情况，我是会直接放弃那个问题的。
放弃啊，放弃。
Right. I think in this case, the important section is under Section 2 of the ordinance, which I've unfortunately did not. I don't think I included in the bundle, but that lotteries is defined as any competition for money or other property in which involves this sort of guessing of the future events, which that would explain why the present investment scheme would fall under a lotteries and would then differentiate itself from the buying of stocks.
Is it applicable here? I'm talking about we are in Hong Kong. Patel Mercer obviously is a UK Supreme Court case post 1997. I'm asking, is it applicable here?
啊，真的，你根本无处可逃。现在他是想花巧，想溜，想抹过去。
My lord, the Court of Appeal in Hong Kong has recently adopted the approach used in Patel Mercer, and this is in the case of excuse me.
撤赢的做法就是讲不下去的时候放弃这个，赶紧上下一个。他就是现在还在
硬刚。
Can you just wrap up the arguments on the proprietary claim, especially we know the position of the plaintiff already, and then we'll listen about the unjust enrichment part.
the defendant submitted there was purchase of value as the transaction between the defendant and the fraudster was that the defendant would pay the bail money for the fraudster, and in return, the fraudster will compensate. The plaintiff had no notice of any fraud or knowledge of the plaintiff's.
Even though the defendant knew very well that the money came from a Chan man's account, right? Yeah. Not the Chan Ho's account. And there is no dispute that the money from that account that came from or originated from the plaintiff.
As to the point on whether the difference in account name matters, our submission is that the similarity of these two account names would.
So this is the objective test, the reasonable man's test. How about the defendant herself, the subjective test?
Right. We would submit that in the defendant's position, and speaking at the time where she received the disputed sum out of the blue, it is submitted that this disputed sum, although unexpected.
5 minutes.
他已经不行了。
他应该赶紧弄完，让另外一个人起立了。
Okay. Unless I can be a part of this.
李同学后面问了以后，他有点急了啊，这个是一个错误的。
Sorry, the disputed sum of the $500,000 would not be totally unreasonable since she demanded it, but it will not be to the extent that she would return the money to the fraudster, or she would keep the money to herself and not help her husband in such an urgent situation.
What about the issue of unjust enrichment?
I can address that too.
No, you don't have time.
他纠结在那一点太长时间了。
李同学他借用的时间太多了。
三妮也懵了，没想到他讲这么久。
他时间有限，所以他要压缩，他就要取舍。
May it please the tribunal, my name is Sunny Yeung. I will focus on one of the exceptions on the defense of change of position, which is whether it is inequitable for the defendant to make restitution to the plaintiff. As the plaintiff has helpfully stated in the argument that in the case of Lipkin Goldman, Lord Goff ruled that the mere fact that the defendant has spent the money in whole or in part does not itself render the. In the defendant's case, that the transfer of money was not something that one would equate with the defendant transferred the disputed sum to her husband in a dire financial difficulty. It is undoubtedly the case when we say both the plaintiff and the defendant are the victim of the scam. It is even unfortunate that the scam has brought both parties to the present stage.
I take your point, both are victims. But why is it the plaintiff has to suffer and you don't?
哦，这个逻辑链条里是有漏洞的。
He lost 1.5 mil, and you are going to be able to get all the loss back in the sum of $500,000. Why is it that when you both are victims, the plaintiff has to lose 1.5 mil or her money, and you get to keep all yours, $500,000?
他也没时间了。
It is a case that, as my learned senior also pointed out earlier, we have no idea that in fact the 1.5 million of the plaintiff has lost is part of the disputed sum we received. We only aware that the fraudster has promised to compensate the defendant, and the defendant demand the 500,000, the disputed sum, and the next day she received the disputed sum. We are, in current case, both of us are facing injustice, as I just said, but it is not the defendant's responsibility to recover or compensate for what the plaintiffs have suffered, merely because they are defrauded by the same fraudster. because that they are totally separate fraudulent act.
What you are saying is that your client, defendant, has a defense in this case.
Yeah.
Because you conceded that there is an enriched interest or investment, right?
Okay, let's leave it to the rebuttal. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
哎呦我天！
仿佛被问的不是他们，我自己也被问。
所以他们进行那轮模拟，现在看来非常的重要，
有用，真的很
非常有用。
因为双方之前已经交换了框架，就意味着每一方要主打的点和主防的点是打明牌，
是，
就打斗地主一样，现在所有人牌，所有人都是知道的。
那得加倍啊！
你每天晚上真的是拿手机在背单词吗，朋友？我怎么我不玩斗地主？
你手屏是横着的吧？
就刚才这一轮，这是真刀真枪了。首先 Kim 站起来的时候，大家觉得压力很大，因为法官突然间的打断提问，好像是他意料之外的，那打乱了第一他的节奏，第二他的整个准备的内容面临取舍，以及他跟胡明浩的配合，对胡明浩接下来的这个临场反应提出很高的要求。
是的，
就这一趴里面，我想先问小何律师，就是 Kim 退了一步。他直接说好，那我放掉这个知情收受这个部分哈，我们还是聊不当得利，我们还是聊这个推定信托。你觉得这个退步到底是加分项还是减分项？
我觉得是加分项，因为本身其实从法官的质疑来看，他其实问题很明确，他就是说，那你既然第一步你要说的是推定信托，你干嘛又说一个知情收受，对吧？那你要解释一下，如果你提了，你要告诉我为什么要放在这儿。我理解 Kim 可能是想把这两个东西合在一起，然后证明一个东西。但是法官认为这是两个单独的，你只能提一个。那在这种情况下，他非常的果断的把知情收受给去掉的情况下，那我觉得是一种有效的取舍。那至少说你在这个陈述当中，你最后给法官的一个理论的框架是清晰的，不是含混不清的。
没错，我看也有这种感觉，好像他节外生了一支。
对的，
就他其实两个主打的方向并不受到这个知情收受的影响，但引入这个新概念之后，让法官理解他的观点产生了模糊。
是，
但他前面又已经说到了，所以他其实有两个选择，第一个选择捍卫尊严，
是
对，就好比对方的那个律师一样，他就其实他一直在自己的这个观点里面纠结，所以我觉得 Kim 还是果断放弃，还是挺智慧的一种。
是的，但是 Kim 那个时候很潇洒，他就说好，我们放弃这个观点，对，我们说另外两点，不影响我要论证的主题。所以他的大局观，他整体宏观的把控力会更强。
是的，我觉得他这个格局是更大了一点点。
是的，人生很多事情就是跟拉拉链似的，你拉上面卡住了，一直用劲儿，越卡越死，往回拉一下，再往上就过去了。各位人生中有没有那种以退为进的小细节？
以退为进，我有一个自己的一个理解，这几个字儿，我比较更关注它最后一个字儿。就是它退完了，不代表就退或者原地不动往下掉，它代表当你往后退了之后，还会继续往前进。
就是那退的一步本身就是那个进的一部分，你不能把它割裂起来看。
还有我之前看那个郭晶晶一个采访，他就讲，他说我每一次赢的时候好像没有那么多的一个感受，反而是每一次在我输的时候，我才发现我在输的当中获得了能让我下一次赢的更多的一个积淀，我去找问题，我去自查。
我特别喜欢他说的这个，就是看最后一个进，就进其实可以有很多理解。你知道，在这个事情上，我是看一个什么东西突然解开的吗？因为我特别爱看足球，你知道那个里皮当时执教中国国家队的时候，他打一场比赛4-4-2，4-4-2的简单来说就是他是攻守平衡的一个阵型。这种级别的教练一般会在中场的结束之后，他才会调整他的战术。
对，
因为他肯定是深思熟虑之后的一个战法嘛，他不可能轻易的改变。但是当他打完15至20分钟，发现场上的局面发生变化之后，他就撤下了一个中场，回到了后防线去，就变阵了。
是，
但是那场比赛的结果因为他的辩证而取得了胜利。所以我是感觉其实有的时候就是不要执着在自己的尊严里啊，或者是那种自己的想象当中，因为没有什么比及时止损而获得一个胜利更重要的事情。
是的，我完全赞同。有很多所谓的面子是自己想象出来的一种虚妄，它并不是真实的存在。那些周边射过来你的目光，也是你自己主观世界的想象。
好像以退为进，这个退的时候，大家总在想我的尊严、我的面子，我退这一下，四周的人怎么看我？
对。
但是就像你说的，它重要的是你下一次的进，你又不是退下去再也不上来了。
说太对，就是不是那一瞬间的那种面子所束缚住，而是结果。 为结果负责，又为大局负责，为整体负责。来吧，接下来呢，我们马上要进入到的是趣多多职场充能竞猜时刻。我们要根据刚刚在香港的法庭上2位的表现进行猜测。
猜什么？
哪队胜利是吗？
获胜的一方是哪边？
哦，
本期的竞猜时刻，哇，一下就燃起来了，对不对？那还是先问一下小何老师，作为我们这里的这个专业人士，
我觉得应该是这样，就是因为模拟法庭有2个环节嘛，上半场、下半场，上半场要立主，下半场要破，对不对？那刚刚其实那个明浩跟 Kim 他们的表现，我们可以看到，他们2条线里面，其实第1条线那个推定信托有一点点被那个法官质疑。所以我觉得下半场的关键是在于他们的第2条那个不当得利，是不是能把这个东西给打出去？我觉得很关键。然后还有一点的话呢，就是说，因为有下半场，所以说如何把对方提的那个东西给破掉也很关键。因为之前他们不是有演练过嘛，然后那个明浩他的发言里面也有，他说对方所提的那个你们不当得利的这种抗辩的事由，它是不成立的。然后他浅浅的展开讲了一下，那接下来就是直接要问对方，你们到底是怎么想的？你们的哪条理由我们觉得是不能支持的？这样子就能够破掉对方的东西。我觉得如果能够这条都打出一些我们都能认同的点的话，赢了。
明白了，明白了。那我们大致要做出一个判断，觉得我们队伍会获胜的，请举手。
我的观点跟刘律师观点一样，
怎么讲？
这我们家的人必须赢。
我不管，
赢就是赢，表明一个态度。
而且其实他们在那个说的时候，对面的那个律师已经被那个法官打乱节奏了。
对啊，亨利左摇右摆，桑尼毫无桑尼可言，
桑尼一点都不桑尼，现在
差点变成 Rainy 了。
那就是我们的推测已经很确定了，就是我们认为我们会获得胜利。好，那接下来进入到盖章时间。
歘就是盖。
哎呀，没有过这么开心的时候，这个章每次都是重量千钧，今天咔咔就是轻盈极了，一顿盖，一顿盖，一顿盖，优秀，优秀，完美。棒极了，朋友们！哎，一顿赢，好久没有这么释放的时候了，就是一顿赢，必须要赢。来吧，第3段 VCR 一起来看。
你好，我是律师许文婷。
委托人要到了吗？
还没到，我再检查一遍。
嗨，休息一下，吃口大块曲奇，为自己加油吧。巧克力味豆更多30%，超浓郁。又见面了，我们开始吧。一口美味曲奇，工作状态满分。
想要满分状态很简单，趣多多给你一个放松的大动作，超浓郁大块曲奇，多加30%巧克力味豆，迎接自信好状态。赶快去买趣多多，还有1000万现金红包等你瓜分。
So we have listened to the submissions of both parties, and now we come to the stage of having a reply from the plaintiff first.
抗辩。
May it please the court, I shall make my submissions in response to the defendant's submission. First of all, I would like to emphasize that in the court held in favor of the plaintiff on the sole basis of unjust enrichment. Therefore, we invite the tribunal not to draw any adverse inference on the mere fact that plaintiff conceded on the proprietary claim. Now, the only cause of action remaining is unjust enrichment. The defendant only relies on the change of position defense to resist this claim.
哦，不当得利。
Therefore, I shall make my submissions on the issues of illegality, as illegality is one of the grounds that the defendant relies on to allege their change of position defense. May I refer your lordship to paragraph 9 of the defendant's skeleton argument. It was stated that the plaintiff's claim was based on the proceeds obtained from illegal gambling. First of all, there was no proceeds obtained given it was a fraudulent website set up by the fraudster. And the second point that the defendant raised is that Plaintiff's action was contrary to Section 8 of Gambling Ordinance Cap 148. Actually, Section 8 concerns betting with a bookmaker. Betting means the outcome is based on an unpredictable event, but in the present case, it is not unpredictable. Theoretically, the plaintiff was not engaged in the baccarat herself.
Ms. Xu, given that you have limited time, can I ask you the question about paragraph 20 of the defendant's skeleton? That's what they're saying is that the illegality involved in the foreign exchange does not debar the defendant's change of position defense, considering the policy of unlicensed foreign exchange trading is the prevention of money laundering, and therefore the nature of the present transaction is not one which the PRC regulation intends to regulate. How would you answer that?
My learned friend will address you on this issue.
配合。Your Lordship, that as contrary to my learned friends from the side of defendant has allegation in paragraph 20, the underlying purpose of the prohibited unlicensed foreign exchange trading is not only the prevention of money laundering. According to Article 1 of that PRC statute, the underlying policy of the statute also include the maintenance of a healthy and stable financial system. And in the present case, only by prohibiting such transmitting of money can this underlying purpose of the PRC relevant statute be achieved. Therefore, finding legality on the side of the change of position, the purpose of the statute can better be achieved. And turning to the point of replying the point of bad faith of my learned friend, in the case that the defendant relied on by himself, it says, where he knows that the payment he has received was made by mistake, the position is quite straightforward. He must return it. And according to paragraph 19, subparagraph 8 of the Mootry record, here I quote, the defendant well knew that it was a mistaken transfer. Therefore, following the approach in the case that was raised by my learned friend from the side of the defendant, this court should find bad faith on the side of defendant and deny the defense of change of position. And since the defendant does not dispute the validity of unjust enrichment, we submit that restitution should be granted on the basis of unjust enrichment.
很直接，是不当得利吗？是，是不是该还呢？该。Over.
Okay. Much obliged.
公民号挺好的，中学还不错。在这3个人面前能有这样的松弛感，我觉得已经很棒了。
流利的笑啊，那这事都印出来了，满意。
姨母笑，
流利一笑，真sunny 啊。
Right, Mr. Lee.
My lords, I should be brief on my reply. In essence, the defendant did not believe this was transferred to her by mistake.
Oh, why?
The defendant, at the time of receipt, was expecting $500,000 as she demanded the sum from the fraudster the day before. And so the next day, when the fraudster transferred her the actual $500,000, it would not come as a surprise to her, as she demanded it from the fraudster.
Is it really a surprise? Look at the next sentence. It says the fraudster messaged the defendant to ask for the $500,000 back. And he said that as it was a transfer to the defendant by mistake.
My lord, our submission is that at this point, what the fraudster claims cannot be trusted by the defendant. And hence, at this point, it would be of no value if the fraudster was to say it was by mistake, because following the same logic, the defendant would not have trusted the fraudster.
So he trusted the fraudster in returning the money to her. And he does not trust the fraudster when he immediately asks the money back, saying that it's a mistake.
Sunny 懵了。
这是个双向的悖论。他的意思说，因为他是个骗子，所以那句话也
对他不可
值得信赖。
能相信了前半句不相信。
但是这很危险。
提问有很强的诱导性。
That's right, yes.
What about the next sentence? It says the defendant well knew it was a mistaken transfer.
We submit that based on the facts, on the subjective mind of the defendant.
So you're saying that even though the fact said clearly that he knew, she actually didn't know.
Sunny 脸上是绝望。
We submit that we wouldn't put it in the way that she didn't knew, but she would not reasonably have. Should not reasonably would have knew that the payment was actually a mistake.
太难了。
确实攻击性很强。
Okay, I believe your time's up.
Yes. Thank you, my lords. Concludes my submissions.
我们至少有一点打下来，但是他们没有特别立得住脚的点。
That concludes the submission and the reply of the proceedings today. So we're going to adjourn the case, the proceedings for a few minutes.
Oh. 通常不会有这么多问题的，这个法官不会这么多提问，
讲都讲不了。
突然感觉 Harry 跟那个 Sunny 有点孤单。
是因为他们有后面有人。
对，有后盾。
对的。
哇，感觉好多不可控哦，真的是好难啊。
对，那确实好难。关键是法官真的一直问他，就是没有暂停你。
他好像就一直说我已经看过你们写的东西了，然后就开始问问题了。好难啊！我觉得我们被问懵了就。
啊，真的。
就真的我就一片空白，大脑。
我可能也是。
你们感觉怎么样？
就学到了好多东西。
预测一下啊，如果你是法官，你
难说。
他其实很多时候受规则制约了，所以他会第一个观点很重，因为不停地在问嘛，大部分时间。是花在第一个观点之上的。
这 proprietary claim 我觉得那个真的，真挺打击人的。一开始就没说几分钟就开始疯狂问，
但很正常。啊，是这样，我对你们已经很客气了，真的感受到了吗？还投我最凶，我对你们真的很手软。
那是 among four of us。他真的很在意，他们说他很凶。
他好可爱呀！
终于逮到机会可以疯狂输出了。
火明浩不错的，很稳，
很稳。
今天高度压力下，
看我。
During the adjournment, the three of us discussed and deliberated on the performance of each team. I must say that this is a very difficult decision for us to make, and this is unanimous, that the winning team should be.
关键时刻要到了。
Should be the
兰蔻谱写你未来小程序上，专业不等于复杂这门课程，让我学到了对外对内不同的沟通方式。首先，与内部同事沟通，用专业术语，高效共识推进工作。其次，与外部人员沟通要简洁、清晰、易懂，关注对方的重点需求，像讲故事一样把事情说明白，沟通就会更有效。想拥有职场新手陪伴好朋友，用微信搜索兰蔻谱写你未来吧。
辛苦了，我们这么多实习生，一起去吃一个晚餐。
哇，这待遇也太好了吧！
好漂亮，海子，你跟谁关系最好？
跟明浩最好。
你谈过几个女朋友？
我很爱听这一话。
这没有课题的夜晚是多美好的夜晚啊！
难得这么放松啊，大家。
接下来就来揭晓第6个课题：
医学美容跨境投资。
哦，医美，
哇哦！这次我们将进行4对4团队战。哇哦！这次的队长将会是由胡明昊和朱卓莹来担任。
我觉得胡明昊会选黄凯，
胡明昊会选王毅、言语。
我选。
哎呦，肖阳还没有。
肖阳心里打着鼓呢。
在29号的上午10点的话呢，需要向我们的客户呢做出一个汇报。2天，
好赶啊！
我觉得这个项目其实我得鼓励鼓励文婷，感觉他们这个团队可能会相对弱一点。
但是我不觉得胡明昊在一个医美行业的尽职调查当中能有多大的优势。
其实他们的这些 skill sets 在这个课题上面优势反而并不是特别的突出。
我这个课题我还蛮期待 Girls Power 的。
有考虑要签一份竞业协议吗？
想要去做的一个医美服务的范围是什么？品牌的这个过程中有遇到哪些问题？
交易的一个具体的架构，
我会给他们提供一些技术支持。
一口美味曲奇，工作状态满分。本节目由超好吃的趣多多曲奇独家冠名播出，实力高能进阶 ，offer 轻松到手。感谢惠普星 Book Pro 14锐龙版联合赞助播出。兰蔻谱写你未来线上学习平台，赋能女大学生职业发展。本节目由兰蔻赞助播出。美味持久在线 ，offer 随时开炫。本节目由清爽根本停不下来的炫迈行业赞助播出。offer 令人心动，英诗派伴你逐梦。感谢凭实力智领先行的东风本田英诗派赞助播出。展露优雅真我，职场得心应手。本节目由时刻优雅的浪琴表赞助播出。
你想成为怎样的人？在追逐的梦怎样成真？你带着对未来的疑问，奔跑着，前行着，坚持着，拼搏着。你可以打破极限，用尽全力闯出一片天地。你可以找到自己，成为最想成为的自己。理想的路在发着光，未知翻山越岭也无妨。挫折用来试探你的胆量，奔跑吧，前行吧。
上腾讯视频令人心动的 offer 第5季节目讨论区，参与节目投票话题讨论，来 offer 信箱留个言，有机会得到专属回应哦。上微博参与令人心动的 offer 议题辩论，畅所欲言你的观点。更多精彩资讯尽在新浪娱乐、微博综艺、新浪综艺。感谢独家社交媒体平台微博对本节目的大力支持，感谢首席合作媒体新浪娱乐、微博综艺、新浪综艺对本节目的大力支持，感谢网易新闻、新浪新闻、界面新闻、智娱、成果娱乐、影视聚焦、环球在线、Do News、一点资讯、华语之声、天意视讯、WiFi 万能钥匙、中华万年历、知乎、丽丽城传媒对本节目的大力支持。令人心动的 offer 第5季，每周2、周3 19点更新上下集，会员抢先看48小时；每周5中午12点加更版，每周6中午12点陪你看 offer， 会员专享更多精彩。周中还有独家采访、神秘直播随机掉落。